Ada and Chioma had been best friends since they were 13 years old. Not the kind of friends who just took photos together and called it friendship. Not the Instagram perfect, fake smile, performative type. Real friends. The kind who knew each other's ATM pins. The kind who'd held each other's hair back after too much cheap wine in university. The kind who cried in each other's arms when Ada's father died. When Chioma's ex posted her nudes online. When life felt too heavy to carry alone. 15 years of birthdays, 15 years of secrets, 15 years of I'll never let you down, until one did. Ada met David Okonkwo on a rainy Tuesday in September at a networking event she'd almost skipped. He was standing by the bar, looking uncomfortable in a suit that was clearly borrowed, nursing a Sprite because he didn't drink. When everyone else was posturing and networking with false enthusiasm, David was just real. "I hate these things," he'd said, appearing at her elbow. Ada had laughed. "Then why are you here?" "My boss made me, said I need to build my profile." He'd made air quotes with his fingers, and Ada thought it was the most endearing thing she'd seen in months. "I am David." "Ada?" "Well, Ada, want to escape this networking hell and grab actual food? I know a suya spot that's still open." She should have said no. She had work in the morning. She didn't know this man, but something about his easy smile, his genuine discomfort with pretense, made her say yes. That night, sitting on plastic chairs outside a street vendor stand, eating suya and drinking malt, Ada thought, this could be something. She'd called Chioma at midnight, breathless with excitement. "Chi, I think I met someone." "Tell me everything," Chioma had squealed, and Ada had every detail, every moment, every feeling. Because that's what they did. They shared everything. David and Ada became official. He was everything she'd been looking for. Kind, ambitious without being ruthless, funny in a self-deprecating way that didn't feel like fishing for compliments. He worked in tech, something about software development that Ada didn't fully understand, but loved listening to him explain because his eyes lit up when he talked about it. "When do I get to meet this miracle man?" Chioma asked over lunch one Saturday. "Tonight, actually. He's meeting us at Genesis for dinner." Chioma grinned. "I need to vet him properly, make sure he's good enough for my girl." That night, Genesis restaurant, 8 p.m. Ada watched nervously as her two favorite people met for the first time. David had brought flowers, not just for Ada, but a smaller bouquet for Chioma too. "Any friend of Ada's?" he'd said with that easy smile. Chioma had laughed, delighted. "Oh, he's a keeper. Where did you find him?" The night had been perfect. Easy conversation, genuine laughter, no awkwardness. David and Chioma got along like they'd known each other for years. They bonded over their shared love of old Nollywood movies, argued playfully about whether jollof rice was better in Nigeria or Ghana. David said Ghana just to wind them up. And by the end of the night, Ada felt like her world was complete. Her boyfriend, her best friend, getting along perfectly. What could be better? The three of them started hanging out regularly. Movie nights at Ada's apartment, brunch on Sundays, group chats that were more active than any of their work chats. Chioma was going through a rough patch. Another relationship had ended badly, her boss was making her life hell at work, and she'd been leaning on Ada more than usual. Ada didn't mind. That's what friends did. "You're so lucky," Chioma said one night, curled up on Ada's couch after David had left. "He's perfect, like genuinely perfect." "Nobody's perfect," Ada said, but she was smiling. "You know what I mean. He's good to you. He's present. He listens." Chioma's voice went quiet. "I wish I could find that." Ada squeezed her hand. "You will, I promise." Looking back, Ada would remember that moment. The slight too long pause before Chioma smiled. The way her eyes had lingered on the door David had just walked through. But at the time, she'd seen nothing, suspected nothing, trusted everything. David started a new project at work. Long hours, late nights, stress that made him distant sometimes. Ada understood. She was building her own career, working as a brand manager for a cosmetics company, often pulling her own late nights. "I'm sorry I've been missing," David said one December evening, looking genuinely apologetic. "This project is killing me." "I get it. Just don't forget I exist, okay?" He kissed her forehead. "Never." But the late nights became more frequent, the texts became shorter, the calls became rushed. Chioma was there to fill the gaps. Men are trash, she'd say, bringing wine and Chinese takeout when Ada felt lonely. He's not trash, he's just busy. Busy is what they all say, but Chioma would smile and Ada would laugh it off. Once, Ada came home early from work to surprise David with dinner. She'd knocked on his apartment door for 10 minutes with no answer, even though his car was parked outside and she could see lights on through the window. When he finally opened the door, he looked flustered, shirtless, hair messy. Ada, I didn't know you were coming. I wanted to surprise you. She tried to peek past him into the apartment, but he stepped into the hallway, pulling the door mostly closed behind him. This isn't a good time. I'm on a work call, video conference. I'm half dressed and my place is a mess. It made sense. It was reasonable. So why did Ada feel uneasy? Okay, sorry for just showing up. No, I love that you did, but can we do dinner tomorrow instead? I'll make it up to you, I promise. She agreed, drove home, told herself she was being paranoid. Called Chioma. He probably was telling the truth, Chioma said. You know how these tech guys are. Work is their life. You're right, I'm overthinking. You are. David loves you. Anyone can see that. Ada felt better. Chioma always knew what to say. New year, new worries. David seemed more attentive again. The project had ended and he was back to his normal self. But something felt different, off. Ada couldn't name it, couldn't point to anything concrete, but there was a distance that hadn't been there before. Maybe you should talk to him, Chioma suggested. And say what? You seem different? He'll think I'm crazy. Then maybe you're overthinking again. Ada wanted to believe that, but the feeling persisted. She started noticing little things, how David's phone was always face down now, how he'd started showering immediately when he got to her place, when he used to be fine lounging around first, how he'd flinch sometimes when she touched his phone. I think something is wrong, Ada told Chioma over lunch in mid-January. Like what? I don't know, he's just different. Chioma hesitated. Then, Ada, can I be honest? Always. I think you are letting your anxiety get the better of you. David's great. You're great together. Don't sabotage it by creating problems that don't exist. It was good advice, logical advice, from someone who'd never steered her wrong before. So Ada pushed the feelings down, ignored her instincts, trusted her best friend's counsel. Valentine's Day was 2 weeks away. Ada wanted to do something special. It would be her first Valentine's together as a couple. What are you planning? Chioma asked during their weekly coffee date. I'm thinking a surprise. Maybe a weekend getaway. There's this resort in Calabar he mentioned wanting to visit. Chioma's smile seemed tight. That sounds expensive. He's worth it. Just make sure he's planning something for you too. Don't be the only one putting in effort. I'm sure he is. But was he? David hadn't mentioned Valentine's Day once, and when Ada brought it up casually, so 2 weeks to the day of love, he just hummed distractedly. Maybe he's planning a surprise, Chioma offered when Ada expressed concern. Maybe. Or maybe he's one of those guys who think Valentine's is a commercial scam. Ada's heart sank. Do you think? I'm just saying, don't get your hopes up too high. Expectations lead to disappointment. Why did Chioma's advice lately seem to always point towards doubt, towards pulling back? Ada shook off the thought. Chioma was just being realistic, protecting her from potential hurt. That's what friends did. 4 days before Valentine's Day, Ada decided to check her bank account before booking the Calabar resort. What she saw made her blood run cold. Her savings account, the one she'd been building for years, the one with her emergency fund, her someday wedding fund, her safety net, had been drained. 850,000 naira, gone. She checked the transaction history with trembling hands. Multiple withdrawals over the past month, always round numbers, always transferred to an account she didn't recognize. She called the bank immediately. Ma, those transactions were all authorized with your OTP codes. That's impossible. I never... Ada stopped. Her phone. David had borrowed her phone twice in the past month when his battery died, and she'd given him her OTP codes once when he was helping her make an online purchase and her hands were full. No, he wouldn't. But the evidence was there. The dates matched, the amounts matched. Ada felt sick. She called David. Straight to voicemail. Called again. Voicemail. Called Chioma. Chi, I need you. Something has happened. I'm on my way. To 20 minutes later, Chioma was at Ada's apartment holding her while she cried and showed her the bank statements. "That bastard," Chioma hissed. "I can't believe he'd do this to you." "What do I do?" "You confront him, you get your money back, and you dump his ass." "But what if there's an explanation? What if—" "Ada," Chioma gripped her shoulders. "Look at the evidence. He stole from you. There's no explanation that makes that okay." She was right. Of course she was right. "Will you come with me?" Ada asked. "When I confront him, I don't think I can do it alone." Chioma hesitated just for a second, then nodded. "Of course, whatever you need." Ada finally answered David's calls. "Hey baby, sorry I've been missing. Work's been insane. We need to talk tonight. Is everything okay?" "No, it's not. Can you come to my place, 8 p.m? "Of course." "Ada, you are scaring me. What's wrong?" "We'll talk when you get here." She hung up before he could respond. Chioma came over at 7 p.m. to help Ada prepare for the confrontation. "You need to be strong," Chioma said. "Don't let him manipulate you with excuses." "I know. And don't let him gaslight you into thinking you're crazy. The evidence is right there." "I know." But Ada was terrified, because confronting David meant admitting that she'd been wrong about him, that her instincts had been right, that the man she thought about building a future with was a thief. At 7:45, Chioma's phone buzzed. "Shit," she muttered, looking at the screen. "What?" "Work emergency. I have to go handle something, but I'll be back before 8, okay? I promise." "Chi, please, I need you here." "I know, and I will be. I just need to run home and grab my laptop and handle one quick thing. I'll be 20 minutes tops." "You can do this, Ada. You're stronger than you think." Chioma left. Ada sat alone in her living room, watching the clock, rehearsing what she'd say. "David, 850,000 naira is missing from my account. The transactions match the dates you borrowed my phone. I need an explanation, now." 8 p.m. came, no David. 8:15 p.m., no David. 8:30 p.m., no Chioma either. Ada called David, voicemail. Called Chioma, voicemail. A cold feeling settled in her stomach. She grabbed her car keys. Ada drove to David's apartment in a daze. Maybe he'd fallen asleep. Maybe his phone died. Maybe there was a reasonable explanation for why both he and Chioma had suddenly gone silent. She went up, knocked on the door. No answer. Knocked harder. Nothing. She still had the spare key he'd given her months ago. She'd never used it without permission before. But something was very, very wrong. Ada unlocked the door, pushed it open, and heard it. A woman's laugh, familiar, coming from the bedroom. "No, please, no." Ada's legs moved on autopilot, down the hallway, toward the sound that was destroying her world with every step. The bedroom door was ajar. She pushed it open and saw them. David, her David, shirtless, in bed, with Chioma, her best friend, her sister, wearing nothing but David's shirt. They froze. All three of them frozen in a tableau of betrayal so complete, so devastating that Ada's brain couldn't process it. "Ada," David scrambled up. "Oh my God," Chioma's face drained of color. Ada couldn't breathe, couldn't think, couldn't speak. She turned and ran, down the hallway, out of the apartment. They called after her, but she didn't stop, couldn't stop. She made it to her car before the sobs came.
Wait. Have you ever been betrayed by someone you loved? If you've ever trusted the wrong person, keep watching. Comment betrayed if this had happened to you. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss a story that hits this close to home. Now, back to the story.
February 13th, 11:47 p.m. Ada sat in her apartment staring at nothing when her phone started buzzing. Messages, dozens of them. "Chioma, Ada, please let me explain. Chioma, it's not what you think. Chioma, please answer your phone. Chioma, I'm coming over. David, Ada, I'm so sorry. David, please talk to me. David, it was a mistake." A mistake, singular. As if it happened once, as if it was an accident. But the way they'd been together, comfortable, familiar, like this wasn't the first time, told Ada everything. This had been going on for a while. How long? Since when? How many times had Chioma sat on Ada's couch giving her advice about David while sleeping with him behind her back? How many times had David kissed Ada goodbye and gone straight to Chioma? How many times had they laughed about her, pitied her, gotten off on the deception? Ada's phone rang. Chioma. She answered. "Don't come here," Ada said, voice hollow. "Don't ever come here again. Ada, please, I need to explain." "Explain what? That you've been fucking my boyfriend, that you've been lying to my face for months, that every piece of advice you gave me was designed to keep me from figuring it out?" "It wasn't like that." "The money," Ada screamed. "Did you know about the money?" Silence. "Chioma?" "What money?" But her voice was too careful, too measured. "He took 850,000 naira from my account. Did you know?" "Ada, I swear I didn't." "You are lying. You are lying. Even now, you are still lying to me." "I'm not. I didn't know he took money from you." "But you knew he was using me. You knew and you didn't care because you wanted him for yourself." "That's not. It wasn't like that." "Then what was it like, Chioma? Enlighten me. How does sleeping with your best friend's boyfriend happen accidentally for 2 months? Chioma was crying now. "I never meant to hurt you." "But you did. You are still doing it by lying." "I'm not lying about the money." Ada hung up. She called David. "Ada, thank God. Where's my money?" "What?" "My 850,000 naira. Where is it?" "Ada, I don't know what you are talking about. You used my phone, you got my OTP codes, you transferred my money. Where is it?" "Ada, I didn't take any money from you." But his voice cracked just slightly, just enough. "You are lying." "I'm not. The transaction records show otherwise." "Then someone someone must have hacked." "Stop lying to me." Ada was screaming now, past caring who heard. "Just stop lying. You stole my money and you slept with my best friend, and you have the audacity to lie about it." "Okay," David's voice broke. "Okay, yes, I took the money. But Ada, I can explain. Where did it go?"
I had debts. Gambling debts. I was going to pay you back, I swear. I just needed time. And Chioma, we didn't mean for it to happen. I don't care how it happened. I care that it did. Both of you. The 2 people I trusted most in the world. "Ada, please." She hung up, blocked his number, blocked Chioma's number, and sat in the dark, alone, on the night before Valentine's Day, with her heart in pieces and her bank account empty and her entire life revealed as a lie. February 14th, Valentine's Day. Ada woke to pounding on her door. She'd slept maybe 2 hours. Her eyes were swollen shut from crying. Her head pounded. "Ada, please, open the door." Chioma's voice, desperate. Ada didn't move. "I know you are in there. Your car is here. Please, just let me explain." The pounding continued for 20 minutes before security finally made Chioma leave. Ada's phone, she'd unblocked the numbers just to see, had 47 missed calls from Chioma and 31 from David. She blocked them again, deleted her social media apps so she wouldn't be tempted to look, called in sick to work, and stayed in bed, staring at the ceiling, trying to understand how her life had imploded in less than 24 hours. Ada's mother called. "Chioma came to the house," she said. "She's very upset. She says you won't talk to her." "I won't." "She says there's a misunderstanding." "There's no misunderstanding, Mama. I walked in on them." Silence. Then, "Oh, Ada. Oh, my baby." Her mother's sympathy broke something in Ada that anger hadn't touched. She cried for an hour while her mother listened on the phone, occasionally making soothing sounds, but mostly just being present. "What are you going to do?" her mother finally asked. "I don't know. Do you want to come home for a while?" "Home?" Her mother's house in Enugu, away from Lagos, away from David, away from Chioma. "Maybe.
I don't know. I don't know anything anymore. Ada went back to work, faced the questions from colleagues who'd noticed her absence, made up a story about food poisoning, smiled when expected, functioned. But inside, she was hollow. She'd lost her boyfriend, lost her best friend, lost her savings, lost her ability to trust. All in one night. People told her she'd be okay, that time heals, that she deserved better, but they didn't understand. It wasn't just about David. She could get over a boyfriend. It was Chioma. 15 years, half her life, the person who knew her better than anyone. How do you grieve someone who's still alive? Someone who texted you every day for years, who knew your coffee order, who could finish your sentences? How do you delete someone who was woven into every memory, every milestone, every important moment of your life? Ada didn't know, so she just existed, went through the motions, pretended to be okay. Ada ran into Chioma at the grocery store. They saw each other across the produce section, frozen. Ada's hand gripped her shopping cart so hard her knuckles went white. Chioma looked terrible. Dark circles, lost weight, hair unkempt. Good, Ada thought viciously. She should look terrible. Chioma took a step forward. Ada took a step back. Please, Chioma said. Please, can we just talk? No. 5 minutes, that's all I'm asking. I said no. Ada, I know you're hot. You don't know anything about how I feel. I was your best friend for 15 years. I know you better than anyone. You don't know me at all. Because someone who knew me would never have done what you did. Chioma's eyes filled with tears. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Sorry doesn't give me back my money. Sorry doesn't give me back my trust. Sorry doesn't undo 2 months of lies. I know it doesn't, but I need you to understand. Understand what? That you couldn't help yourself? That it just happened? Save it, Chioma. I don't want to hear it. It's over. With David, I ended it the day after you found out. Ada laughed, bitter, hollow. You want a medal? You want me to thank you for stopping sleeping with my boyfriend after you got caught? No, I want you to know that you matter more. You always mattered more. Then why did you do it? I don't know. Chioma was crying now, right there in the grocery store, and people were staring, but neither of them cared. I don't know. I was jealous and lonely and stupid, and I made the worst mistake of my life. You made a choice. Every time, for 2 months, you chose him over me, over us, over 15 years. That wasn't a mistake. That was a choice. Ada, we're done, Chioma. We've been done since Valentine's Eve. You need to accept that and leave me alone. Ada pushed her cart past Chioma and didn't look back, but she heard Chioma's sobs echoing through the store. And she hated that a part of her still cared. David sent money, 850,000 naira, exactly what he'd taken, transferred back into Ada's account with a message. I'm sorry. This doesn't fix anything, but it's a start. I'm sorry for everything. Ada stared at the transaction. The money was back, but it didn't feel like a victory. It felt hollow because the money was never the real theft. Ada's co-worker invited her to a birthday party. Ada almost said no. She'd been saying no to everything social for weeks. But something made her say yes. At the party, she met someone. A guy named Chidi. Funny, kind, genuine interest in her stories. They talked for hours. He asked for her number. She gave it. Not because she was ready to date, not because she trusted easily anymore, but because she realized something. Chioma and David had taken enough. They'd taken her money, her trust, her peace. She wouldn't let them take her future too. 3 months later, Ada's phone buzzed. Unknown number. Unknown. I know you blocked me. I'm using my work phone. I just wanted you to know I'm moving to Abuja for a new job. I won't bother you anymore. I just needed to say goodbye. And I'm sorry. I'll be sorry for the rest of my life. I love you. I hope you find happiness. Chi. Ada stared at the message for a long time. Part of her wanted to respond, wanted to say something cruel, something final. Part of her wanted to forgive, to say, it's okay, we can fix this. 15 years means something. But most of her just felt tired. She deleted the message, didn't respond, let Chioma go. 1 year later, Ada sat in a restaurant across from Chidi. They'd been dating for 8 months now, taking it slow, building trust brick by brick. Happy Valentine's Day, he said, handing her a small gift. She opened it. A silver bracelet. Simple, elegant, perfect. I love it. I know last Valentine's was rough. I wanted this one to be better. It was. It was so much better. Her phone buzzed. A message from an unsaved number. Unknown. Happy Valentine's Day. I hope you're happy. You deserve it. C. Ada looked at the message. Felt nothing. Not anger, not sadness, just nothing. She deleted it without responding. Everything okay? Chidi asked. Yeah, Ada said, smiling. Everything's perfect. And this time, it was true. Not because she'd forgiven Chioma, she hadn't. Not because she'd forgotten what happened, she never would. But because she'd learned something important. Some betrayals are too deep to heal. Some friendships, once broken, can't be fixed. And that's okay, because the only person responsible for Ada's happiness was Ada. And she chose to be happy, even without the people who hurt her, especially without them.
Ada chose herself. Did she make the right call, never forgiving Chioma? Comment yes or no. I'm reading every single one.